It's been a while, but I'm happy to report I'm getting into the ocean on the regular again. In this stretch of days off, I do some night and day dives off Victoria, BC, and explore the city with my family. From there, I head back to Nanaimo and have a dive of epic proportions in the tidal rapids at Dodd Narrows. Last but not least, I meet back up with Bridon and explore a 100-year-old copper mine and scout out some potential dive spots to explore underwater. British Columbia offers endless adventure. It's really paradise for people like me. If you enjoy the video, throw it a thumbs up. Much appreciated. How's it going, everybody? Here in Victoria, BC. It's a beautiful day for, I think it's November. We're here on business. Sayla has a really cool opportunity. Can't really talk about it right now, but the time will come. We were here a couple weeks ago doing the same thing. Unfortunately, she has to be solo, can't be with Saya, so I had to watch him. Actually, it's not unfortunate because it's great time with my son, but I didn't have any time to get in the water. Just so happens the Victoria Freediving and Spearfishing Club is doing a night dive, and Sayla's tied up during the day, so I can do a night dive. That works out. We're gonna head to Ogden Point tonight, jumping into the ocean. I rarely do night dives. I've never done one on the West Coast minus Eucalypt, I don't know, 2020 or so, which was epic. We saw ratfish and bioluminescent algae. It was really cool. I've been really busy doing some stuff for Insta360, some review videos. I was reviewing some dive torches, but it takes away from my, my recreational diving. If I've been pumping out a bunch of review videos, I apologize to my viewers that aren't into that stuff, but it's a good opportunity for me, and it lets me try out some equipment that I can't really afford on my own. So there's definitely some positives, at least on mine of things. Thanks for your patience though. Really excited to go for a dive tonight, get back into the water, and hopefully Dodd Narrows on the following Saturday. Weather dependent, current dependent, boat traffic dependent, but that's the game plan. So we're gonna spend a weekend here in Victoria and hopefully do some more diving, maybe even in between Dodd and Ogden Point tonight as well. Kids are in bed, got down here to Ogden Point, met the crew. Everyone's super awesome. Thanks a lot for allowing me to tag along with your UVic dive. The visibility looked really good earlier when we were down at the beach. Hopefully the viz is good here today, or tonight I should be saying. No real swell, thankfully. The conditions look really solid. So I am really excited to get in the water. I haven't dove for over a month. It's craziness. Just been so damn busy with life. What better way to start getting back in the water than a night dive? Actually, I haven't been on a night dive, now that I think of it, since probably White Rock, and that would have been 2+ years ago. This is gonna be good. Awesome crew. The University of Victoria Freediving and Spearfishing Club is a group full of like-minded ocean lovers who come together and share their passion for our cold ocean. I'm not a UVic student, so I was pretty stoked that I could tag along. It was perfect timing. We were quite the sight for people walking on the causeway. At any given time, we had an audience. It did look pretty trippy. Night diving is a great way to re-explore our fascinating underwater world. Things that would go otherwise unnoticed during the day draw me in with excitement and wonder in the darkness. You're forced to stare at the structure your torch illuminates, which prevents you from being distracted by all the other beauty that would normally catch your eye. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I prefer night dives, but the novelty of it is exciting. Plus, different creatures come out, like this sailfin scalping. From the crabs clinging to the kelp to the anemone gardens, I felt like I was a spaceship hovering over a foreign planet. Someone in the group spotted this siphonophore. These are made up of multiple organisms, which is pretty neat. They can be gargantuan in size. I could stare at these all day, and that is supposed to. This is a little juvenile Puget Sound king crab. It looks like it was eating part of that holdfast. So cute. We found some fried egg jellyfish. They hit different at nighttime. Beam me up, Scotty. There was a seal that kept swimming up to us that was extremely hard to capture on film. I got this shot by fluke. That deserves a replay. I also spotted some large nudibranch. Safety is always a priority, especially on night dives with limited visibility. This spot is known for fishing line, so it's best to have a knife and to partner up. We did a head count before and after, and looked after each other while we were in the water. I don't think the night dive could have gone any smoother. Thanks again for the invite, everyone. It was a great time. Last night was a lot of fun. Thanks you, Vic, for the dive. The highlight was the baby Puget Sound king crab for me. The seal was really neat, seeing that seal swim around at nighttime. Went right up to my camera at one moment, kind of scared me. I think I scared it at the same time. The sailfin sculpin, not sure if I got any usable footage of it. It's pretty small, but I only ever see those on night dives. Those sailfin sculpins are really neat. Such a unique little creature. Overall, yeah, it's really good conditions, decent fizz, siphonophores, jellyfish, everything is awesome. Thanks everybody for having me out. Today, I think I'm gonna be doing the same thing. Heading down to Ogden Point and doing a dive during the day. You know, see that contrast, the light to the dark, or vice versa. Yeah, we're just chilling at the hotel. We got a different hotel we're checking into today. Gonna be in Victoria for another 3-4 days. It's gonna be fun. I love winter diving as the visibility is consistently better and I don't feel like I've wasted a summer's day in a wetsuit. The downside, it's much harder to bring my family along and keep them happy while I'm in the ocean. It's also unfair for me to expect my wife to watch the kid for hours on end while I'm having fun. It's a delicate balance. And we're here, same spot as yesterday. Despite the kids not wanting to be here and the wife not wanting to be here, here we are. So better appreciate this one. Putting my family through hell. Hey Zaya, what'd you do, buddy? Look at
Stuck your foot in a puddle again. You didn't learn your lesson from yesterday,
I know.
mister?
You're silly, buddy. You're silly. You got no one to blame but yourself for that one. So this is going to be a quick in and out mission. Gonna get some cool shots and call it a dive. Plan on being in there for like half hour, maybe at most a half hour. Thank you, wife and kids, for putting up with my desire to get in the water. I appreciate it. Yeah, love you guys. If you're a diver in British Columbia, I'm sure you're well aware of Ogden Point. But just in case you're not, here's some information. Ogden Point is situated on the southern tip of Vancouver Island near the downtown core of Victoria. The breakwater is one of the most recognized features of the area. The breakwater, which extends about 600 meters into the ocean, was originally built in the early 1900s to protect the harbor from strong ocean waves and provide a safe docking space for ships. The area surrounding Ogden Point is known for its scenic views of the Strait of Juan de Fuca and the Olympic Mountains. It's a popular spot for outdoor enthusiasts to enjoy jaw-dropping views of the Pacific Ocean. Ogden Point is also a popular spot for diving thanks to its proximity to the rich marine life found in the Strait of Juan de Fuca. The breakwater serves as an artificial reef which attracts an abundance of various sea creatures. It's one of the best and most convenient dive spots in the area. Interesting fact, Ogden Point was named after Peter Ogden, born in 1790, died in 1854, who was a prominent trader and explorer for the Hudson's Bay Company. Living the dream. Living the dream, my friend. That's awesome.
Now look at the view.
Isn't it beautiful, bud?
Yeah.
So nice here. Thanks, Ayla, for waiting for me. That's a wrap. Thanks, family, for being patient. Let me get in the water. It's good visibility. Seeing all the kelp. I think I saw a sea lion, maybe a seal as well. A bunch of lingcod, rockfish. And it's a good dive. Kind of excited to compare the footage from last night versus today and see which I like more. It's like two completely different experiences, which is I guess to be expected. I gotta take advantage of the night diving more than I have been. It's one of those things in the summer. It's 10 o'clock. Dude, night dive, you're not out of the water till 12. But this time of year, it gets dark at 5. Perfect chance. Hello, scuba divers. If they're having as much fun as I did. I think it's safe to say this is the nicest hotel I've been in. This is all compliments to Sayla. Thanks, girl. Tomorrow's actually a free day. Thought we were tied up, but I am able to dive in the morning, which is nice. Or afternoon, so I'll probably try to sneak in the water. Maybe take the kids to the pool, see how it goes. You having fun, Say? You're doing pretty good, eh? You got some candy?
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna go pick up some pizza and then we'll call it a night, okay? You having fun too, buddy?
Wait, it turned off. It turned off.
No, just a screensaver. So, day 2 here. And of course, there's a wind warning. So I thought I was gonna be able to dive. I was gonna go to Fort Rod, check out that lighthouse. I don't think that's an option. So instead, we're gonna take the kiddos to the museum.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Kids are pumped. I might still get in the water later and look for some bottles. To be determined. But family time. In hindsight, I should have rolled back down to Ogden Point to do some storm watching. But oh well. We still had fun blowing around in the wind. I always include some history on my Bermuda edits. I'm thinking about doing the same thing for my local content. I'm often pretty discreet about my dive locations out of respect for the environment, but I'll throw some stuff in when it makes sense to. Anyways, we made the trip down to the Royal BC Museum, which more than exceeded my expectations.
I did a cherry fox run at school.
The 3D IMAX experience was nothing short of amazing, and I learned tons about the geology of British Columbia, First Nations, and local wildlife. If you have never been there, or it's been a while, it's definitely worth the visit. We hit it early morning on a weekday, so the crowds were minimal. As you'd expect, the ocean exhibit was my favorite, though the old city quarters was quite impressive too. Well, that was a fun time with the kids, good time with the family, but I'm gonna get wet, might as well. I'm gonna snorkel around for some bottles, see what I can find. Don't expect to see much, because the visibility looked a bit crappy because of all the wind stirring up the sediment. But I'd rather get in the water than sit around a hotel and then regret it 2 or 3 hours from now when it's dark. Daylight saving, so I don't have much time out there. It's cold, it's windy. My wetsuit's cold, but once I'm in there, I'll be all right. All right, wish me luck. The viz was actually pretty good. I was surprised. I didn't come to view wildlife, but I take advantage when I can. Things started off slow, but I found this hand-blown beauty. This bottle is 150 or so years old, which is pretty crazy. More on that later. Who knows, maybe it's one of Peter Ogden's. These AB bottles are fairly common, but they're still pushing 100 years. I love the blue and the iridescence. This was my find of the day, also a hand-blown bottle, pushing 150 years. I always wonder who was last holding these antique bottles and what the surrounding area looked like at the time it was discarded. The bottle hasn't changed a whole lot, but the world sure has.
Well, a few days have passed. This is one of the 2 bottles I found. You can see the blown glass there, plaid top, all the air bubbles, all the imperfections. This guy is gorgeous. This would be 1870s, so 150 some odd years old. And this would be the second from the day. And again, this one, by the construction of it, 3-piece mold, plaid top. This too would be at least 150 years old. So probably from some of the first settlers of British Columbia, at least Vancouver Island. When I say settlers, non-First Nations. But yeah, really, really cool bottle. I'm stoked on that one.
Go time here at Dodd Narrows. Gonna be diving down there again as planned. Mark Cantwell was gonna come out from Victoria, but he bailed because of a little bit of rain. Come on, Mark. We're in the Pacific Northwest, what can you expect? I'm just joking. But yeah, we're gonna hike down there. It's probably half hour, 40-minute hike. Gotta gear up, jump in, catch slack, and an hour and a half from now, so time is of the essence. By the way, if you like this area, just keep in mind that the Cable Bay Trail is in jeopardy. They're gonna put up an industrial park down here. Well, that's the proposal. It's gonna destroy this whole entire area. Ooh, I can see the bottom.
Oh my God, yes.
It's looking good, isn't it?
Yes, it's perfect.
Woo. Mark, you're missing out, buddy.
Oh boy.
You're never gonna live this one down.
Oh boy.
And we're here at beautiful Dodd. Look at that viz. Viz always looks good here. Seen a bunch of sea lions that know we are not trying to dive with, but they will probably check us out. I think slack is in an hour from now. Look at that clarity. That is awesome. I love this spot. There's always a little bit of a back eddy here, so regardless of how strong the current's ripping, you can always seek some shelter. If you do end up diving the spot, be very, very mindful of the current, which is an obvious one, but also the boat traffic. Boats rip in from both sides during slack, and slack is where we try to dive, so you got to be extremely cautious, one up, one down, and have a spotter on one end of the Narrows and another end of the Narrows. And if you see a boat coming, don't dive. Just hang out on the shore. The boats should not be coming into the rocks, so give yourself a solid buffer, let the boats pass and dive down. And if you can't dive right in the middle, it's all good, because all through it here is still gorgeous, and you'll see a lot of stuff, marine creatures. It's a really, really fun spot, but gotta exercise caution. The time has come, we're all geared up, ish. I forgot a glove, but she's rocking a sock, right? We got an extra sock, so mitten we'll call it. All right, gonna jump in and scoot around. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, it works. Dodd Narrows is situated between Vancouver Island and Gabriel Island, more specifically Mudge Island, in the southern part of the Strait of Georgia, roughly 4 kilometers west of Nanaimo. The Narrows are known for their strong tidal currents, which can exceed 9 knots, roughly 17 kilometers per hour or so. The average person would struggle to swim against 3 knots for perspective. The strong nutrient-rich waters of Dodd Narrows supports a diverse marine ecosystem, which makes it a phenomenal dive spot that's right in my own backyard. It didn't take long for some of the sea lions to show some curiosity in us. Just like this river otter, I swam under an overhanging ledge, and once the perch swam away, I saw this cute little guy staring back at me. It's always a treat to see river otters diving while in the water. Their movements are so graceful. I always said my spirit animal would be a sunfish, as they just drift around sunbathing all day. But maybe it should be a river otter, or maybe a marbled marlette. Can't really make up my mind. As cool as otters are, the anemones is what we came for. This clip is cool. Anouk did a drop to check out a wall, and I filmed her on the way down. As she was sidetracked viewing all the life in front of her, I saw a gang of sea lions appear out of the darkness. She had no idea she was being mean mugged. Do you ever get that feeling that something's watching you while diving? Well, chances are there is, whether that be a cephalopod or marine mammal. They were showing up more frequently as the dive progressed. This was my 4th time diving this spot, and I don't recall seeing this swim through in the past. We took some turns making our way through. Another fun fact, the Narrows are named after Charles Dodd, who was a captain and fur trader with a distinguished career in British Columbia and Alaska. He was also employed by the Hudson's Bay Company, and by 1845 was captain of the SS Beaver, the first steamship to operate in waters around Vancouver Island. I never see many fish here. I'm thinking they hide from the current. That or it's fished out. Probably a combination, to be honest. I do wish I brought my catch bag with me though. This is a great spot for blue mussels, which have a generous daily limit of 75. We were getting a bit cold by this point, but things were about to heat up. Yeah. The sea lions let their curiosity get the best of them, and they started coming in closer and closer. People ask me if you should be nervous with them in the water, and to be blunt, yes you should be. They're a wild animal that weigh a hell of a lot more than we do, and they can hold their breath much more efficiently too. I'm not scared of them, but I have a healthy respect, that's for sure. And that's just one of the many reasons I don't go out and seek these experiences. I've heard stories of sea lions holding scuba divers underwater, and I've had sea lions try and pull fish off my friend's stringers. They're majestic as though, so I don't take these experiences for granted. Believe it or not, before diving took over my life, I was one of those called the sea lion type folk. Seeing them up close really helped me to understand that they are clearly not the problem. How we can put the blame of declining fish stocks on a marine mammal that have evolved for over 30 million years to hunt in the ocean for seafood, all while thinking a diesel trawler gill netting with plastic nets and shipping salmon overseas is completely okay, is beyond me. Well, beyond the 2024 me. Ghost gear, habitat loss, overfishing, warming oceans, pollution, and fish farming is a problem, not these guys. Dodd Narrows is a gem. I'll likely be back soon. Just remember, this spot is seasonal and not for beginners. Thanks for joining Anouk and Xerxes. It was a blast. On days where there's a 10-foot exchange, you're not going to see slack, so we got yeah, it didn't happen today. But we got in the water and it was a really fun dive. Anemones everywhere. Saw some river otter, saw a seal. I don't think I got the seal on camera. But the highlight was all these sea lions that wouldn't leave us alone in the water. We would dive down, I'd be scoping out rocks and look to their left and right and we'd be surrounded by them. So it wasn't something we were out attempting to do. It just happened, and when they're looking at us in the water, it's kind of hard not to look back at them. So it's a really cool experience. Remember, intentionally diving with them is prohibited, so don't do it. But when those natural interactions happen, I get zero complaints whatsoever. I didn't see anything else really, but anemones and sea lions. Yeah, see you guys later. Yeah, they like us. We like them too. See you guys. Goodbye, dry socks. Yeah, they're wet now, man. Probably doesn't look that steep on camera, but we're going straight up. We're gonna make it, man.
Getting there.
Yeah. And here we are. Check this out. That is an old copper mine that started in 1904. And we're gonna go check it out. You guys might remember Bridon from my video down at Departure Bay. That would have been a month ago or so. But as promised, we're gonna be scouting out some of the mines locally here. First one he brought me to is in Cedar general area. I've never knew this stuff existed. So cool, all the history around here. Yeah, it's a pretty fun little adventure. All right, man, let's do this. A lot of water in here.
Yep.
Old rail that would come in here. That's crazy, man.
So this, you go up there, there's a whole big level up there.
Oh, okay. Have you been up there or no?
No.
You know, like bring a
I
ladder up
mean,
there.
can you imagine how old these timbers are?
Yeah. Oh yeah, blacklight? Oh neat.
Yeah, so you can see some of the quartz and stuff fluorescing. So this is an old copper mine from 1904. Was worked pretty much by hand for about 15 or 20 years. A bunch of guys come down here and pulled what they could out. Here is the section here that's all submerged.
Whoa, dude. Found a new dive spot. I wonder how far you could go down there.
I don't know, nobody's been down there in probably 100 years. You can see the spikes here
Yeah.
in the ground, where that would have gone.
I wonder how far that back that goes.
Goes quite a ways.
Dude, I'd be down to try that. Freediving under a mine in the pitch black.
You can kind of see as we get further back, it sort of narrows out quite a bit. You can see here where they hand drilled
Okay.
and blasted. Oh yeah, there you go. You gonna go up?
Kind of cool. Check it out.
It's steep.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, not today, anyways. Actually, like what I will do is bring my dive gear back and
Poke your head in there and see what you can
yeah, might as well, right? Just go down a bit.
see. That gets cold though.
I bet it would, yeah. But I bring my wetsuit.
Yeah.
I just have to bring a lot more weight.
Just watch, like you can see the what look like sticks. Those aren't sticks. That's rusty iron. That's all the old rail.
Oh, all those, yeah.
You ever done cave diving before?
I have not, no.
Okay.
Nothing like that, anyways. Yeah, we need to get a ladder. It probably connects to that spot we saw over there, too.
Well, yeah, this is that one and that one all connect together, and that gives you access to the upper attic. Yeah. Which is further out. Yeah, so each one.
And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who made this video possible, and thanks to everyone who stuck around to watch it. See you on the next one. Peace and love.